Hi, I'm Chad, and this is my 2009 Yamaha WR250X. Now this is actually a pretty rare bike. This is the from the factory Supermoto version of the WR250R. So it has slightly firmer suspension with, I believe, slightly less travel, 17-inch wheels ready for street tires, a bigger front brake, fully adjustable rear shock. If you've been around for a little while, you're probably asking yourself, Chad, why did you get a 250 Supermoto? I'm gonna get into that in just a little bit here, but let's take the bike out for a ride and see how it is, because aside from the test ride, I just loaded it up in my van and took it home. Everything was in order, aside from the fact that it needs new tires, but there's enough life left in them we can ride for a little bit. So let's get out on the road and see what it's like.
All right, first startup of the WR250X on the channel. Key on, kill switch run, engine started. Oh yeah. Listen to that nice Yoshi slip-on and FMF header. Oh, doesn't it sound so good for a little thumper? Oh, this is going to be interesting. I know I need fuel, as you can see, so how about we make that our first stop? And here's the gas station. I wonder how much fuel this thing's gonna take. I guess it's 2 gallons. Tiny little gas tank. There's no way it could take more than 2 gallons, right? I don't know where a good place to put this is. Guess there. Yeah, sure. They got the Spartanness, but I mean, like, can it flip open? That'd be nice. Do I look like I'm in a car? No. But thank you for offering. So I don't know if this thing is supposed to take premium or if it can do regular, but I'm just gonna go for premium because that's what I know. Whoop. Fuel her up. 2 gallons. Calling it. Holy crap. Seriously? A gallon? Could be joking. That's all this thing takes is a gallon of gas. Holy crap. Can I get a gallon and a half at least? That's probably as much as I want in there. Damn! This thing takes no gas. 1.4 gallons? Holy crap. Figured it had at least like a 2 gallon tank. Jeez. 1.392 gallons. Whopping total of $6. Thing should get like, I don't know, 70 miles to the gallon though. I hope. We'll find out, I guess. Next time I need gas. So let's go. Turn this sucker back on. Make sure we've got the trip odometer set. Let's ride. 1.392 gallons of gas. Wonder how much gas is left in the tank. Hi, I'm Chad, and welcome to Virtual Reality. I like to start my vlogs in virtual reality because it's a place where we can go fast. So without further ado, let us go fast. Back to reality. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're never gonna do virtual reality with this thing again. Hardly necessary. So, this is my, new to me, 2009 Yamaha WR250X. That is right, this is a supermoto. A little supermoto. A really little supermoto. So little, in fact, that I don't think it's faster than like most cars. But it is funny. Whee! Now you're probably laughing at me because, I mean, I have a Tuono V4 1100 factory, and and I have a Daytona 675R track bike, and I have a little WR250X. You're like, chat, what could you possibly want with a little 250 Supermoto? And I'll tell you what, there are a few things that I think this bike is going to be better suited for than my Tuono and my Daytona 675. The first is figuring out how to wheelie. That literally didn't do anything. Oh boy. Probably should have sat a little further back in the seat. I tried. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, let's try this one more time. Literally nothing. I think I felt the footing get a little bit light. Oh god. Oh, what have I done? This might be a little bit harder than I thought. Oh geez. Well, we'll circle back to the wheelie front in a little bit here. I'm sure I'll be able to get the front wheel off the ground. I just need to, I guess, try a little harder. I really don't know how to do a wheelie. I've always wanted to learn. I tried to learn on my my first bike, my 2003 CBR 600RR, and just had one too many close calls where I was like, you know what, I just need to stop. You know, learning how to do a clutch up wheelie on a middleweight super sport bike when you've been riding for like 6 months or a year is just not smart at all. So I stopped, just figured I'd table that until the future, and just so happens the future is now. On my 2006 Daytona 675 that I had after my CBR 600RR, I could actually get a little power wheelie going in first gear, and I could take it pretty close to the top of first and shift up to second, and it would bring the front end back down, but I've never been able to really like control a wheelie or like intentionally wheelie. I mean, again, I could get the front end off the ground with that thing, but then it was like, you know, maybe I'd be able to ride it out. Maybe I'd chicken out a little bit and close the throttle just a smidge and bring the front wheel back down. But yeah, then of course there's the Tuono factory, which I mean, that thing will, I think you could power wheelie that thing in third gear if you turn the wheelie control off. But I am not that brave, so I figured it'd be better to learn how to do wheelies on something little like this, where if I'm gonna 12 o'clock it and fall off the back, it's better to do that at like 20 or 30 miles an hour on a beater little Supermoto than it is on my Pride and Joy expensive Italian Super Naked. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, so that I can figure out how to do little skids as well. I do plan on taking this thing to the kart track once I get some new tires on it. That is a high priority. The tires are just about at the end of their life. The front tire specifically, not showing any bands or anything like that, but it has barely any tread left. Rear tire is a little flat as well. They're mismatched, but yeah, I think I'm gonna probably put some Dunlop Q3 Pluses on this bad boy. Need with the skids and the kart track sliding. Picked the little WR250 because it's something that is very small and light, and it's fuel injected, unlike a DRZ 400 SM, which was my runner-up. Even though this bike is a little less powerful, it is also a little bit lighter. Oh. And then you have issues like that, where this thing makes such little power that it's easy to stall. I'm used to my Tuono, where it's like you can basically drop the clutch and it'll just go. In addition to learning how to wheelie and learning how to do little skids and backing it in kart track practice, I thought this would be a nice bike to have around for anybody that is a friend of mine that wants to try riding. You, my fellow motorcycle owners, know that as soon as you buy a motorcycle, you're always going to have that one friend that has never ridden before and is always asking to borrow your bike. Come on, Chad, I know I've never ridden a motorcycle before, but I can drive a stick. It's pretty much the same thing. There's no chance I'm ever going to let anybody like that hop on my Tuono or my Daytona, even though I doubt they're going to a racetrack for their first ride. But this is the perfect little starter bike, the perfect way to introduce someone to riding a motorcycle. It weighs 300 pounds fully wet, only has 30 horsepower, It has 6 speeds, so I think this will be an awesome way to share motorcycling with friends of mine that have always been a little bit curious, but just never willing to take the plunge on their own. Nice little sampler, if you will. And who knows, being able to stand up on it like this, I may even try going on some trails and stuff. Although I don't know if the Q3s are going to be the best thing for that. Oh my god, I'm actually slowing this thing down just by like standing up on it. That's crazy. Lean into the wind, whee! But yeah, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. At the very least, it's an entirely new experience, and some of you guys know me by now. I just like riding motorcycles. I love going to the racetrack and riding fast. I love exploring and seeing the new sights and hills and nature. I just like riding though. I like riding different bikes too. It's fun to experience something new, even if it is pretty pathetically slow. So in my next video on this thing, we're going to try to find a virtual reality wheelie spot. But until then, let me see if I can get you guys one more really, really sad attempt at a wheelie. Nope, nothing. I felt the front end wiggle a little bit, but that's it. Man, this is pretty pathetic. I like to think I'd do a little bit better if I was actually on a bike that had some horsepower, but I can't say that I would for sure. Let's try one more time. There's a car behind me. Supermoto views. That's about all I got for you in this one. Summing it up, bought a 2009 Yamaha WR250X. I'm gonna try to learn how to do little wheelies on it, virtual reality and skids, and take it to the kart track, learn how to back it in, and just goof off on it. I mean, that's what these bikes are for, right? They're just little hooligan machines. It's kind of fun having a hooligan machine that is nowhere near powerful enough for it to really get out of your hands. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anyways, appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and give it a gentle little click of the like button. Would appreciate that. Consider subscribing for more content, like watching my foolish self try to learn how to wheelie on this silly little motorcycle. And also more stuff with my Tuono V4 factory and my Daytona 675R checkerback. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about my decision. If I'm just absolutely silly, or if you think this wasn't a bad choice. Either way, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And yeah, just let me know if you got any feedback. Whoop. Anyways, I hope to catch you in the next one and bid you an excellent week. Later. Yeah, we'll get better at this, I promise.